Alright, we're going now. Cool, cool. Cool. I feel like shit. The most shitty of shits of them all. So, I'm actually sick right now. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but oh my fuck, dude, this morning was bad. It was bad. I was coughing up practically my entire body. Was not great, but I'm feeling a little better now, but it still feels terrible. And I thought I'd just kind of go over some news for today at least, including telling the story of my sickness. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to smoke weed, I'm not going to lie. And it's like some respiratory viral shit. Like, hold up. Let me grab my papers. Because I actually had to go to the hospital for this shit. My diagnosis was a viral syndrome. Moderate, persistent, reactive airway disease with acute exacerbation. So, that's fun. Especially when you partake in the green every now and then, you know what I mean? So, that's fun. My vitals are actually not too bad from what I can tell. I heard like a good blood pressure is like 120 to over 80 or something like that, and I'm 119 over 79. So, I'm just a wee bit low. At least when I visited. And I had a fever, because that's always fun. I don't even know if I still got it. I can't tell. So, but let me look at this shit. So, what do we got? Viral syndrome. Viral illness that may cause a number of symptoms. Of course. If it settles in your nose, throat, lungs, which it did, it may cause a cough, sore throat, congestion, and sometimes headache. Really? Never knew that before. If it settles in your stomach or intestinal tract, it may cause vomiting and diarrhea. Thank fuck that didn't happen. Yet. Or at least not that I know of. Viral illness usually lasts 1 to 2 weeks. Fuck me, dude. But sometimes it lasts longer. In some cases, a more serious infection could look like a viral syndrome in the first few days of illness. You may need another exam and additional tests and no difference. But I'm generally a very healthy person, so that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, that's always fine. And then the bronchospasm shit. I never even knew this was a thing. Occurs when the airways, bronchial tubes, you know, everything that goes in those lungs and stuff, go into spasm and contract. This makes it hard to breathe, which I know that for a fact, and causes wheezing. It can also cause frequent coughing without wheezing, so I also get that too. It's due to irritation, inflammation, or allergic reaction of the airways. People with asthma get bronchospasm. However, not everyone with bronchospasm has asthma, so I definitely don't have asthma. At least not that I know of. Being exposed to harmful fumes, in recent case bronchitis, exercise, or flare-up of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease may cause the airways to spasm. An episode of bronchospasm can last 17 to 14 days. Medicine may be prescribed to relax airways and prevent wheezing, which I got. Antibiotics will be prescribed only for healthcare provided thanks to bacterial infection. Antibiotics don't help with a viral one. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so that's fun. So, oh, it says I should call 911 if I have chest pain with each breath, increased wheezing or shortness of breath, or coughing up bloody mucus. Oh boy, how fun. So yeah, that's what's going on with me right now. You guys want to check out my lungs though? I mean, look at this shit. That's my lungs right there. So they want to make sure I didn't have ammonia, which I don't. So they did the x-ray just to confirm that. But I was like, okay, I'll do it anyway just because it's fun. But yeah, that's just kind of the rundown of that shit. So anyway, I'll just let that be as it is. So our first video here, we got two different things. So I'm first gonna just mention that I'll mention that later. So I haven't seen this video yet, but this one is this the worst campaign ad of all time?
Virginia. Mind.
So I've never seen this video yet.
Paying that.
Approve this message.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Blank Chip, candidate for U.S. Hi, I'm Don Blank Chip, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. The politicians have run a lot of crazy ads. They blew up the coal mine and then put me in prison.
What the fuck? What? Okay, let's just hear that
They
again.
blew up the coal mine
Crazy ass that blew up the coal mine and now put me in prison.
and then put me in prison. Now they're running ads that say the coal mine blew up and I went to prison. There's no surprise there. But if you want jobs, if you want to end the drug epidemic, and you want to protect the unborn, you need to vote for me.
What?
One of my goals as U.S. Senator will be to ditch Cocaine Mitch. When you vote for me, you're voting for the
Cocaine Mitch? Who the fuck is this?
sake of the kids. Hi, I'm Don Blank Chip, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Oh my god, there was a little NRA corner. Oh my god, we know. Oh boy.
Swamp Captain Mitch McConnell has created millions of jobs for China people. While doing so, Mitch has gotten rich. In fact, his China family has given him tens of millions of dollars. Mitch's swamp people are now running false negative ads against me. They are also childishly calling me despicable and mentally ill. The warden
Probably for good reason. This is ridiculous. What are you even doing?
drain the swamp and create jobs for West Virginia people has begun. I will beat Joe.
Oh no! No! He got his children involved! No! No! You keep your fucking kids out of this! I would meet Joe Manchin and ditch Cocaine Mitch for the... What? Oh my god. This is terrible. This is terrible. What the fuck? Okay, let me just make sure that's all good here. Okay.
Manchin and ditch Cocaine Mitch for the sake of the kids.
Oh, God, this is bad. So, I'm just going to play this one more time without even stopping through it, try it just so I can absorb this and just see what I can even come back to
He's
it.
released a new campaign ad, and it's just a work of art. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Don
It is a work of art.
Blank Chip, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. The politicians have run a lot of crazy ads. They blew up the coal mine and then put me in prison. Now they're running ads that say the coal mine blew up and I went to prison. There's no surprise there. If you want jobs, if you want to end the drug epidemic and you want to protect the unborn, you need to vote for me. One of my goals as U.S. Senator will be to ditch Cocaine Mitch. When you vote for me, you're voting for the sake of the kids. Hi, I'm Don Blank Chip, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Swamp Captain Mitch McConnell has created millions of jobs for China people. While doing so, Mitch has gotten rich. In fact, his China family has given him tens of millions of dollars. Mitch's swamp people are now running false negative ads against me. They are also childishly calling me despicable and mentally ill. The war to drain the swamp and create jobs for West Virginia people has begun. I will beat Joe Manchin and ditch Cocaine Mitch for the sake of the kids.
Oh my god. Okay, I saw a comment here. I'm going to answer that really quick. I had a dream and heard tour bell, and you are here. It's 2 here. Oh shit, bro. Yeah, I'm just doing a quick little stream. I did go through earlier about why I'm going to be coughing a lot, which is also the reason why I call this stream Down with the Sickness, because that's exactly what the fuck's going on with me. So, I'm going to try to take a hit or two maybe, but it's probably not going to be pretty at all. But, alright, so, I don't even know what was his name again? Don Clapchup or some shit? Don Blankenship. Blankenship, okay. This guy is freaking ridiculous. Here, let's just take a nice, good look at him really quick. Oh, that's just beautiful. That's beautiful. This is a work of art. That is a work of art. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I hope so, too. I don't even know when this caught on. Probably, like, 36 hours ago or some shit. But, should be alright. I hope. I normally don't really get sick, so this should just be a quick little thing. Because when I do get sick, it's like for like a 2 or 4 days at most. So, hopefully it should be okay. But, yeah, this dude is like... Cocaine Mitch? Okay, so there's some context I'm not familiar with. But, this dude is like... I guess his opponent supposedly does cocaine, and he also was saying that they blew up. He was like, "There's crazy ads that I blew up a coal mine. I went to prison." Well, I blew up a coal mine and I did went to prison. It's like what? So, you know, I'm actually gonna look that up really quick just to confirm that. What's his name? Don Blankenship or whatever. Blankenship here. Blankenship ad. Oh God! Second result is his ad. Ugh. After McConnell's China goes after McConnell. Oh, so he's going after Mitch McConnell. Okay, so that's who we're seeing him going after. Okay. In fact, his finally China family's gonna. Yeah, we know that. McConnell's wife in Taiwan, and her parents are Chinese. Okay, so that makes some context. His wife is Chinese. Well, Taiwanian, I guess, but that's Chinese. New spot, which is expected to start. Whatever, I don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anything more? Earlier this week, Blankenship begun running another TV spot labeling McConnell Cocaine Mitch. Okay. But I don't think Mitch has done cocaine. If he has, I don't think that old crook is doing it now. Like, holy shit. Like, Mitch McConnell is not doing cocaine. I mean, he probably did in his past, but he's old. He ain't gonna be doing no coke. Like, he would have a heart attack taking the first hit. And he has a pro-life candidate NRA life member badge on the end of his thing. It's like, early voting is now underway. Just stop. Oh my lord.
Politicians
But
have run a lot of crazy.
right, I'm gonna get out of that really quick.
I'm Don Blankenship, candidate for U.S.
Oh my lord, go away now. Stop. Okay, whatever. This cat is making me very hot right now. You can sit right there. So I want to see what they have to say really quick. This is a whole long video, so I'm not gonna really get into too much of it. I just kind of want to see some of
They don't deserve that. You know?
Those poor children. What do they do? For real, these poor kids. They look like twins. I have no idea what this whole situation is about. So yeah, I guess this is a Republican running against a Republican in the primaries, and all right, well, that was a very terrible ad. So if Mitch McConnell's going for a rerun on his election or whatever, I think he might win that because that was bad. That was bad. Oh my god. We got another one here. A Fox host snaps because he can't take Trump's constant lies anymore. And this, I'm actually quite curious about. I actually want to try to find the main video because I'd rather just... Here we go. Here we go. Neil Cavato. Oh yeah, this dude. Wait for it. Fox News just called out Trump on his fake news critiques. His fine monologue stops short of calling the president what he is. Okay. Do we have a video? Yeah, we do have a video. Here we go. Let's hear it.
President Trump is fond of calling out the media on fake news, but is he the one giving them very real ammunition? Maybe not
Yeah, a little bit.
intentionally. I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. President, and say maybe not deliberately, but consistently, way too consistently. So let me be clear, Mr. President. How can you drain the swamp if you're the one who keeps muddying the waters?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm being serious. Do we genuinely live in the Twilight Zone? Because I've been finding myself starting to agree with some Fox News hosts recently. We got, what's his name? Tucker Carlson, who was talking about Syria, and to Tomi Lahren's credit, she was talking about that too. And now he's talking about Trump's just blatant bullshit. Like, alright, I'm cool with it. I'm totally fine with that. So, oh shit. I got a crane fly in here, dude. Got one right there. I hate fucking crane flies. They're like harmless, but for some reason I just can't get the idea out of my head that they're like supersized mosquitoes, and I just don't like them because of that. I don't know why, but I think because there was just like this one movie. I don't remember anything about it, but I just remember this one scene of a an alien bug race of mosquitoes or some shit, like invaded Earth or whatever, or something like that. And they would suck out, you know, people's everything basically and leave them as this like the skin and bone carcass shell of nothing, that terrified the fuck out of me. And I think my little kid me self can't get over the fact that crane flies, for some reason, like when they're big as fuck, I'm just like, no, nope, wrong. But fuck. Okay, I'm gonna stop going on that tangent.
And you didn't know about that $130,000 payment to a porn star until you did. Said you knew nothing about how your former lawyer, Michael Cohen, handled this until acknowledging today you were the guy behind the retainer payment that took care of this. You insist that money from the campaign or campaign contributions played no role in this transaction.
Damn. Okay, so as much as I hate this whole Stormy Daniels bullshit, I mean, I'm still going to be principled with my views on the idea, which he's kind of being scrupulous with everything. So yeah, like you know, in the end I don't give a fuck, but you know, he's digging his own grave with that situation. I saw a comment there. Oh, come on, pop up. Had a horse fly in my bedroom the other night, so big buzzing around. We don't get horse flies here, but we get house flies that are about the size of them. Like, they are getting big. Like, I've noticed, like, the last few weeks, there's been house flies that have been pretty oversized. I don't know why they get that big, but yeah, so it's pretty ridiculous. Like, I had my window just open a crack, and this crane fly came in, and if I have, like, the back porch same way, whatever, just kind of let the cold breeze come in, it'll just be the same way. They just get in. It's like, you wouldn't think that that tiny little space will, you know, would just be the perfect opportunity for the bug to just go bzz, whoop, right in, but it does. I don't get it. Weird. I hate bugs for that reason. What?
Action of that, you're sure. Thing is, not even 24 hours ago, sir, you couldn't recall any of this, and you seem very sure. Now, I'm not saying you're a liar, you're president, you're busy. I'm just having a devil of a time figuring out which news is fake. Let's just say your own words on lots of stuff give me, shall I say, lots of pause. Like the time you said the Russians didn't interfere in the 2016 election until a lot of Republicans had to remind you they did.
Okay, are we really going to be used in the whole Russian thing? Seriously? They didn't literally meddle in our election. They probably spied on it, like every other fucking nation does. I mean, who doesn't? It's not really that hard to spy over an election, check out what's going on. And if there was any collusions, it would more than likely be with Russian oligarchs and Russian businessmen, which he already does that internationally as well with Deutsche Bank. He has supposedly has ties to the mafia. Want me to drop some chicken noodle soup? I actually have a lot of it, but right now, but I am gonna make some tonight before I go to bed. I mean, I'm not like bad. It's just, you know, some of the symptoms right now are just unbearable. But I mean, other than that, I'm not like terrible at the moment. But yeah, hopefully this clears out in the next day or two.
Came back months later and you said, well, I never said that Russia didn't meddle in the election when, in fact, you had a lot. Now, none of this makes me a never-Trumper, just always confused. Like when you claimed your tax plan was the biggest in U.S. history, when it wasn't, or that the bill you signed to make it all happen would cost you a fortune, when it turns out it is going to help make you a bigger fortune, or
that is very much true. Like, this whole tax cut he did is literally just to support the elites and the higher classes, and it's just meant to fuck over the lower class. Like his, like what's here? Presidential approval ratings in May of second year in office, and Trump is literally the lowest out of Obama, Bush, Clinton, and Bush Sr. So Obama's at 48% right now, Bush is at 77, Clinton's at 51, and Senior Bush is at 65. So Obama was the lowest in this situation until Trump came into office. So that speaks a lot. I mean, it's not a super big difference at 6%, but when it comes to a lot, when you like take that into context as to what was going on, makes a pretty big difference in that, I think.
Your job approval numbers really aren't that bad relative to other presidents at this stage, when they're actually worse than most presidents at this stage.
Yeah.
That can change, but what's weird is this pattern does not. Like the time that you said rumors of Rex Tillerson's departure at the State Department were false.
Yeah, he left.
Until they weren't.
Yeah.
Or that your former chief of staff, Reince Priebus, wasn't going anywhere until he was.
Until he did.
Your economic advisor, Gary Cohn, was doing a great job until he wasn't. When you absolutely loved Steve Bannon until you didn't. Swore by Jeff Sessions until you started swearing at Jeff Sessions. Had your legal team locked in place until it wasn't. Denied reports you were ever thinking about firing.
Damn, he's just going after him right now. I don't even need to say anything. He's just laying it out. Like, damn. Alright, well, there was some points I was critiquing with, but overall, I'm kind of liking it.
Robert Mueller, even as you now threaten getting involved at the Justice Department. Now, none of this makes you evil, but I'm sure you can understand why even your friends say these inconsistencies don't make you look good, or do anything to help advance your policies, many of which are very good, or the prospects for peace with North Korea. That is remarkably good.
Yeah.
All this stuff you keep learning.
Though it wasn't you who should be getting credit for it, but whatever.
Yeah, remarkably bad timing. It is not that these exaggerations and omissions and misstatements are now and then. More like now and then something else. Always something else.
Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I don't know why I've been letting this play
more
like
bills
that.
than any president ever. Neglecting to mention the other four presidents, FDR, Truman, Carter, and Clinton, who all signed more. Or brag about the national debt going down by $12 billion after your first month in office, even though it soared by nearly $1 trillion now that you're 15 months in office. But it's...
I saw a comment there really quick. Oh, Trump, liar, pants on fire. Had trouble with the truth. I saw this with my mouth hanging open. Yeah, I mean, at this point, unless you're a diehard Trump fan that's just loyalist to him because of his character, which I would find kind of unfathomable in its own right. I mean, it's hard to even, for me, I think he's just really, I don't think he literally gives a fuck. I generally don't think so. I think he's definitely a very big narcissistic liar. He's definitely an egotistical maniac, for sure. Maybe sociopathic to an extent, but I don't know. He doesn't seem, unless it doesn't benefit him in the end, then, which I think is kind of a symptom of sociopathy, especially if you don't have any, outward emotions, unless it's, meant to manipulate them for your own benefit. I think, he's definitely, there's no way you believe an ounce of whatever he puts out of his fucking mouth, because, it's hard. Not hard. It is hard to, trust you when you're so... When you just will contradict yourself even within, the same sentence. And then, or within, a tweet later on, because, I don't know, just trying to keep your view of yourself good. But, I don't know, this guy, I'm pretty, when it comes to Cavato, is his name? Yeah. Neil Cavato, okay. Yeah, he's definitely... He hit him on some pretty decent points there, I'm not going to lie. Though I think he should have hit him with some more harder facts instead of just kind of going over shit that was about the investigation. For example, with this whole thing with Syria and the wars, and adding on Nigeria when in the campaign, he was talking about how we need to get out of these wars, we need to end the wars. So, he was, he was only, with that, of course, he was only lying just so he can push out this populist message to boost his own popularity, and obviously was not true. But, yeah, it's pretty insane with that whole situation. Let's see what else we got here. Alrighty. Let's stray away from politics for a little bit, because we got a video about YouTube itself by one of my favorite dudes named Critical. His channel name is Penguin-Z0, so if you just want to go ahead and check him out, he does a lot of comedic-related videos. It's pretty fun. And in the background of these videos, he always has this China dude on a wall, and he bought, smaller versions of it, and now he's growing it out of his wall. It's pretty hilarious.
Hello and welcome to another exciting, exhilarating episode of YouTube Pisses in the Mouth of the creators on their platform.
Yay!
Join me today as we examine the newest way YouTube found to drop trousers and take a big old fat piss right in the mouth.
Nothing feels great than having a good old golden shower before I start my video. Yay! Why do you think my hair's so blonde?
Of all the creators on their platform. But before I get into that, I want to get into your ass and explain why I have these glasses on. I don't need them, but I went to an eye doctor about a year ago, and just for the trouble of going out there, he prescribed me these glasses that do damn near nothing. That's not an exaggeration, I'm not fucking. I can do this with my hands right here, and it would have the same effect that these glasses do in regards to enhancing my vision. But anyway, the big story today, YouTube has just signed some huge A-list celebrities to do some YouTube originals for them. How great is that? Everyone on this nice list here, they paid millions of dollars to do some original
no, alright, hold on.
They spent their
So let's just go down this list really quick, because it says, we're excited to announce our newest slate of YouTube originals! And it says, coming soon, Will Smith. Will Smith, really? King James. I to be honest, I don't know or care who that is. Daniel Lovato, I think. Lovato. Priyan Chopra. Kevin Hart for real. Kevin Hart. The Slow Mo Guys, and Jack Whitehall. Or Jack Whitehall. I don't even know half of these people. I definitely know Kevin Hart. If I'm right, Danny Lovato, whatever, that's his handle name is weird. And Will Smith, I definitely know them. And really, they're not originals. They've been on TV for a while. That's not original. If you want originals, grab random content creators that, you know, have just already been on this site doing their own thing. You know? Like, or just find some people who are already interested in it and kickstart themselves up. You know, give them the privilege to be on like a YouTube original Red series or whatever before they even start on YouTube. Yes, Xcode got Axe Sweeter, who had like, you know, I did just check all that out, and my influences on my main channel page had all those VTubers down below there, and THC Temple's literally the only one left because the rest of them got quite literally deleted. So that's fucked, man. You know, YouTube's fucked. Like, when I realized that, I went, oh shit, dude. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't stop. I kind of stopped the VTubing thing just because it's like I almost foresaw that they were just probably going to delete this shit or something. I mean, obviously I'm not stopping, but I mean, it's obvious that doing that content specifically is just too dangerous now for YouTube. Like, if I wanted to continue it, I could go on Vimeo or something, I don't know, or even DTube or whatever, but, you know, it'll just kind of have to depend, or it'll just kind of all have to depend on what happens and shit, or if YouTube even somehow fixes itself, which I really doubt it will, because YouTube has proven time and time again that it doesn't.
Higher budget on getting some household names to do some programming for them. Except for the slow-mo guys, everyone here is a huge celebrity, not from YouTube. They didn't come from YouTube, they had nothing to do with it. Their success had literally nothing to do with it. Except
yeah, I mean, the slow-mo guys sound familiar because I do remember seeing their name on YouTube. So I know they're kind of like YouTube-ish, so I know them to an extent. But the rest of them made their success on TV. So they're not original. They already made their successes and everything.
Except for the slow-mo guys, I really respect them a lot. But why is this a big deal? On the surface, that sounds like a cool thing. Oh, they brought all these great people in to do some stuff for YouTube. That's cool. But you have to realize what it took to get them there. They spent their budget getting them to come to YouTube to do shit for them. That's money they could have spent on people that are native to the platform, that are trying to do bigger and better things, but they don't have the same resources that these massive celebrities have. So instead of looking out for the people that actually made YouTube successful, they just go and take like the easy cash out route and just bring on some celebrities that kids like. I mean, it's fucking dumb. It's very silly.
Yeah, like, I've noticed, especially with this whole YouTube Kids thing and all this shit, they're trying to push a very kid-friendly narrative with a lot of their content. Oh, fuck. Oops. And even with a lot of their channels now, we have, they won't let you know, but pretty much your channel is already rated, like, PG, G to like teen to M or whatever, you know, they do like that. And that is absolutely fucking ridiculous because that will depending on like the content you all are looking for, it will most likely be like basically the more mature your rating is, the less likely people are going to see it. And it's because they don't want controversial content, even though CNN boasts videos on Syria and shit like that, and Russia or whatever. But if some random YouTube channel like Secular Talk or the Humanist Report or something like that talks about it, they get demonetized like right then and there. So it's really fucked. And also there's, and not to mention that a lot of the YouTube's kids things is also just very unregulated in its own right, because there's a lot of weird shit on that too. Like, I don't even want to get into it because it's really creepy. Like, fetish borderline creepy, but yeah, it's bad.
It's a genuine slap to the face. It's bending the creators over their knee and spanking them for not being bigger than they are. So why am I talking about this? Why do I even give a shit? It's not like they're ever going to reach out to me to do some original programming for them. Even the...
Well, here, let me just answer this really quick before you answer it, Critical. It's because that you're a content creator like me, and even if I was a content creator, I'd probably be saying the same thing, the very same thing. And it's that, you know, you want a platform where you're able to just do what you want to do with your content freely and just have your 2.2 million subscribers just do you know, enjoy your content without a worry of somebody hounding down on your shit because it was too violent or too vulgar or something like that, or it violated some very bureaucratic rule that is very vaguely written or something like that. Like, there's so much wrong with it that it's pretty ridiculous. And yeah, it's either going to be something similar to that answer, I think.
I have the world's best cartoon, Bible, storyboard, concept art, and all kinds of shit ready for it. Hard Turbo, it's going to one day take over the world. Mark those words. Hard Turbo's going to be the next big thing as soon as I fall into a couple $1 million to make that shit become a reality. But anyway, why do I give a fuck? They were never going to contact me. It's not like they took anything from me. But what this shows is their focus, what they aim to accomplish with the YouTube platform. They want to become TV, a competitor to TV, which is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that was popped up in my head that YouTube is becoming TV, but yeah, I mean, that's also probably the big point that comes into play with everything else, which is a lot of these bullshit ratings, a lot of these bullshit channels that are getting hidden away because they're too violent or whatever, you know, too much for YouTube. And I got hiccups now, what the hell? Here's how crazy I'm getting. I remember I'm in a legal weed state and I can't get any weed myself, and I bought a gas mask bong. Oh shit. Whoop. Why? Looks nice. Well, you know, I actually don't, to talk about that comment really quick, I actually don't have a gas mask bong, but I have a gas mask and obviously a bong. And the head of it will actually fit on here, and I have actually obviously smoked bong out of it through the gas mask. It's not like literally smoking through a gas mask bong, but it's fun. I do. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's like a slightly different high when you do it.
It's an absurd notion. That's going backwards. It's like me saying I want to create the next AOL instant messenger. It's not progress. That's just fucking delusional. It's out of touch. It's ridiculous. I have no better words to describe their goals here, because it's just fucking dumb. What they could have done is they could have used their budget to help content creators that are native to the platform make some cool shit for them. Other than just the slow-mo guys. They could have had a lot more, and probably for a lot less, and that would have appeased the people that actively use YouTube, you know, the people that keep YouTube fucking afloat, not the children that are going to blindly follow these huge celebrities to their original programming. They could have had a ton of shit, but they decided to go for something that's a little easier to advertise on, because these celebrities have a track record of being very advertiser-friendly, and they have a devout following. One that eclipses even the biggest fucking creators on YouTube. YouTube doesn't give a fuck about any of the creators, I'll tell you that much right now. They don't even know I exist, I'm sure. They probably only...
And to give an example that they definitely don't give a fuck about the creators, look up PewDiePie. Look at him. He was ostracized as a Nazi, out of all things, when he made like a subtle satirical joke about him at one point. And he accidentally said the N-word on a stream once. So it's just like, that proves that they definitely don't give a fuck, because we got literally the most subscribed channel like get ostracized by the Wall Street Journal out of all places, and then YouTube reacts to that. because advertisers from the Wall Street Journal, when they noticed their article about PewDiePie, they're like, we can't have Nazis on our advertisements. Ban it. No, get rid of it. And then Apocalypse happened, and when this happened. So yeah, I would be able to explain it a lot better, but like I said, I got shortness of breath and shit, so I have to try to get it all out in quick points and shit. But yeah, I mean, YouTube is just so fucked with this situation because they just can't I don't man, with YouTube, I remember when it was good, you know what I mean? Like before 2012, even when Google bought it, it was still pretty okay. But because they've gone so hardline corporatized and so TV-ish that they've lost their way entirely, and it really is really damning. It definitely is. I mean, YouTube used to be great. Even the people who first started YouTube were passionate about that specific platform, but then they bought it, or they didn't buy it, they sold it off to Google, so pretty fucked. But I mean, I hope there's going to be a platform similar to YouTube that will be better and be a genuine competitor. I mean, YouTube has the fat monopoly of it, but just because they have a monopoly on it doesn't mean we could break that up, you know what I mean? It's got so shitty lately, a lot of old ones in low creating. Yeah, I mean, even I noticed that they're recommending me videos from up to 8 years ago. It's okay, I don't care that I'm watching a video from 8 years ago, but why you recommending me to it? I don't even... really? I mean, I'm trying to get videos recommended to me that are related to the videos I already watch. Isn't that what the recommended was initially intended for? I mean, if there's a video that's similar to what I'm watching that's from 8 years ago, that's fine, but literally, most of the videos that are recommended to me are from a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 and 8 years, it just goes down the line. It's why am I being recommended that? And it's because they just are, it's another attempt to try to hide off a lot of the main content creators who are basically shit-talking YouTube because they're getting, they are rightfully getting shit-talked because they keep fucking themselves over while they're fucking everyone else over. And it's they literally don't even realize that.
Vaguely know who PewDiePie is, the fucking biggest channel on their site. Cutie who? What? Is that something I wipe my ass with? What the fuck is that?
Wow, you even mentioned PewDiePie here.
I guarantee they have no clue because all they care about is focusing on bringing in these huge household names to try and get some... I don't even know what they plan to get out of it because they'll watch that and then immediately leave the platform, the people that follow them. I really don't get the goal other than to make some quick advertising dollars on the back of the celebrities for their short programming here. It's fucking dumb. And it really is a genuine slap to the face and showing nothing but disrespect to all the creators on the platform. It's just really fucking nonsensical, honestly. Why do you want to compete with TV, which is a dying medium? The majority of younger people don't watch television at all. The only thing that keeps cable afloat is fucking lunatic.
Literally the... hold on here. The other day I was feeling it, so I sat on it, binge one of your old videos, saw Gas and a Song along your younger ones. Yeah, I mean... I like to do that too. Just check out a content creator that I've been subscribed to a while, and I'm I want to see their old videos that even before I've seen, It's fun. It's kind of oh shit, you can see the progression. And I definitely see the progression in my videos for sure. It's kind of cool, even though I've done it literally just with a phone. Even now, I'm just literally doing it with a phone. So, I mean, it takes a little bit more effort when you're just doing a phone. So that's why I'm hoping that soon I could get an upgrade and be able to actually add more of a professionality with my videos at some point.
And elderly people that don't even remember what they had for breakfast that day. Why would you want to compete in that market? There's not a whole lot to be gained there. I guess competing with Netflix makes sense, but YouTube has nothing in common with Netflix. Even if YouTube gets all of these originals and they're huge hits, that's not even close to what Netflix can offer. So why would anyone choose YouTube over Netflix?
That is also true. It was also mentioned earlier how a lot of young people don't watch TV. The only time I ever watch TV, if it's the Science Channel, National Geographic, the Discovery Channel, or... That's about it. That's about it. I mean, I can safely say I don't watch TV anymore, really. I mean, most of the media I get is through YouTube or through social media online. and through the internet. I mean, that's where most of my media comes from. Because that's, I mean, despite YouTube's flaws with a lot of shit going down with it right now, I mean, it's still a lot better than straight up TV, because you can at least still search for what you're already looking for and everything.
It's fucking dumb. No matter how you look at this, it's nothing but silly decisions all around, and showing how out of touch YouTube is with what actually makes it successful. And I guess they might not view YouTube as successful because they really don't make a profit on YouTube at all. I haven't checked the numbers in a while, but last I checked, YouTube still wasn't turning profit, but this is going even further back into the negatives here. Really, the only value of YouTube is in the power it holds, the monopoly on video sharing. It's the only platform people continue to use for sharing videos easily and quickly. So that's the only reason YouTube isn't dead yet, is just because they need that monopoly. They find a lot of value in holding on to that monopoly. I'm guessing that you...
Yeah, and if that monopoly started to break up, they would have to retract a lot of their policies they push, because they are in the negatives right now when it comes to profit. Because they're just... I mean, no one, despite it being the monopoly, literally not a lot of people actually like it, and they're just kind of forced to be on it. So, if there was to be a genuine competitor against them that would be able to be a great substitute for YouTube, then like if Vimeo got bigger or something like that, I would probably switch over there. But, you know, we're all kind of stuck with YouTube, so... I mean, that's definitely true with what he's saying there.
YouTube higher-ups just look at the numbers of Netflix and Hulu and see how well they're doing, and then just want to hop on and get a piece of that cum shot action. It's like Fortnite YouTubers all flocking to make shit content for Fortnite because it's so fucking popular. I wouldn't be surprised if YouTube made a Battle Royale game pretty soon to try and make money. It's just silly that they're hopping on this kind of shit here instead of focusing on what actually brings people to YouTube. It's not these huge celebrities that aren't even here in the first place. It's just content creators, you know? Like the PewDiePies, the Jacksepticeye's, all that kind of shit. That's what brings people to the site, but they don't care about that. All that shit could go away today, and YouTube wouldn't even know it was ever there to begin with. All they want is to keep bringing in these big celebrities to try and advertise, or to do their shit on their platform so they can ad.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true as well. I mean, I come on YouTube primarily for just specific content creators. And I'll sometimes branch myself out to other content creators that are familiarized with the same ones I watch. So, I mean... that's true. I mean, most people come on YouTube specifically for things they want to look for. And YouTube doesn't want to support that. They just want to support these celebrity TV-esque channels and people and celebrities that want to come on to YouTube because that's the new hip thing. So, it's pretty ridiculous that that they really just cannot see their hypocrisy on this situation, but... Yeah, I mean, there's only like a minute left in the video, so but I think it kind of went all over everything here. But, back into a couple more political videos here. We got, something about Charlottesville here. So, we have Cenk Uygur here speaking with a candidate named Andrew Snethern, a progressive candidate running in Virginia's 5th Congressional District, challenging Thomas Garrett Jr., who is a Republican. So, that's pretty interesting here. So, I don't know anything about this at all yet. So, we're just going to kind of let this play a little fast speed so we can just let it go through and see what to talk about.
Now we're going to Andrew Snethern. He's running in Congressional District number 5. Oh,
we also have 196 days until the midterm general elections. So, that's a fun little fact. They have, TYT put that here in the corner. And this specific segment is off of Rebel HQ, which is like their after show of their main show, or whatever.
In Virginia. I'll tell you why that's so important in a second. But Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Cenk. I'm really excited to be on here.
Thank you, brother. So your district's interesting in a couple of different ways. First of all, it's Charlottesville. Has that been in the news of the Trump administration at all?
Yeah, there was a little thing that happened here in Charlottesville in August of last year. I was actually down there, you know, we had Nazis marching in our streets, and frankly, it still bothers me to think about it or talk about it today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them ran over a bunch of protesters and killed one of them.
And currently you've got a Republican incumbent there, Tom Garrett.
Yes.
So I literally don't know what his reaction to that was. Was he at least a decent human being about it, or was he equivocal like the president?
He was very much like the president. He actually met with Jason Kessler in his office at the Cannon office building, and there are photographs of that. And what bothered me most about that was it would have been really easy for him to come out and say something like, you know, Nazis are bad and they shouldn't be marching on our streets, and I completely disavow any relationship or anything with Jason Kessler. But that's not what he did.
Yeah, that is disheartening. So
yeah. So I'm gonna just kind of go somewhat off topic here really quick. I mean, just with this whole divide in politics and shit, one reason why I think it's mostly just online trolls and bantering fucktards on the internet who are mainly spreading these extremist ideas on both the left and the right is just because I've been to a couple protests myself here in Portland, and even though we had counter protesters from, the alt-right, alt-light, libertarians, whatever, the worst it ever got was people being extremely tense, yelling at each other on a debate argument, basically. Talking about, I don't know what, immigration, the Trump administration, whatever. So, and then I see places like Charlottesville, then I realize, man, there is a far bigger divide there compared to, here in Oregon or whatever. So, it kind of gives me this, weird feeling of, how do we deal with this without people getting so intense and so tribalistic and partisan with their views? And, that's just kind of my little question of tonight that I'll probably ponder over, because, I mean, it's with what happened in Charlottesville should never have happened, but yet it did. And generally it's because you have a bunch of people who are hardline extremists online, spouting shit like White Lives Matter or, Antifa's, the libtard Soros agenda, whatever the fuck. They just, they put words and, sting names out there just to basically, prove a point that, oh, we're better. We're the victims. Even though, in Charlottesville, you could definitely make a case that they're definitely not victims when you had one of your team basically run over a bunch of people and killed someone in the process. Which I would probably even consider that a terrorist act, because you're basically terrorizing and killing civilians in the name of a political agenda. So, yeah, I mean, the most leftist mass shooting I can remember was this black guy in Texas who was indiscriminately shooting cops at a Black Lives Matter march. And the dude was calling ties with ISIS and then weirdly enough Al-Qaeda, and they don't like each other and they fight each other. And he's also saying how all cops are evil and need to kill them all, basically. And the dude is just off his rocker. And he was the most left dude who was doing a mass shooting, and it's I wouldn't even consider that guy left. He was just kind of psycho. I mean, sure, he was left to some extent, but I mean, I can name at least in one hand pretty quickly of right-wing shootings. There was Planned Parenthood shooting, Dylan Roof, Nicholas Cruz as well. You also had the Charlottesville attack. There was one more that I'm blanking on the top of my head right now, but I mean, there's so many, don't even know, I can't even remember all of them. So, I mean, that's just my little tangent on this situation, because it's just this dude seems like a reasonable as fuck dude. He's just can't tolerate can't tolerate Nazis. I don't think anyone really should. Nazis are fucking, pieces of shit anyway. I mean, I would still give them a platform or whatever, but it doesn't mean you're still a piece of shit and you shouldn't be in this place. But go ahead, get laughed and mocked at on stage if you want to, you know what I mean? So, because there's a lot of people that understand that Nazis are pieces of shit. And it definitely does kind of freak me out when there are people who still condone such, terrible acts or whatever. But if you want to have a platform, go right ahead. You're going to get laughed at by 99% of the people on who are watching you. So have fun with that. Humiliate yourself. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the video.
It's a district that's gone back and forth a little bit between Democrats and Republicans, and there's a recent change there too. But before I get to that, you were a prosecutor, but you were also a civil rights attorney, so it's particularly relevant in that context. So did the police, the authorities, etc., act right in that case, having been on a couple of different sides of that issue? What was your take on that?
You know, Tim Hafey, a friend of mine, a tremendous attorney here in town.
I don't get figs. I have kiwis, but they haven't started growing quite yet. They probably will pretty soon though, because it's what, May right now.
A main thing he studied.
Well, it sounds like this guy Andrew Snethern, which he almost has the same name as me. He sounded like he was a attorney. Fuck. Attorney General before he became a candidate, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, but anyway, yeah, my kiwis should definitely be blooming here in a bit. Next time I do a stream outside, probably when I feel a lot better, I'll probably check it out and see what we got going on that situation, on our kiwi individual situation.
On the reaction and the police, and so I'll leave it to them to make that decision. I really, my experience was frankly pretty traumatic and surprising. The level of guns that were there, the distance between the local citizenry and the people that were there to march, neo-Nazis and white supremacists, and I just couldn't believe both the amount of guns that I saw them carrying and the slight distance between the two parties. That's what really surprised me.
You know, and also another point is, why are all these gun-toting enthusiasts so insecure that they have to have a gun from during the protests? I mean, like, if you don't have any rounds with you or whatever, then you get citrus in me. I did have some OJ, but I ran out, but obviously I can't go anywhere to get OJ, so I'm going to make sure that I get OJ. I love OJ. OJ's good. But anyway, yeah, like, I don't get, like, a lot of these pro-gun toting enthusiasts, because, you know, I consider myself pro-gun, but I'm really reasonable with it. I think I did a video or stream a couple days back talking about that, and, you know, I'm very reasonable about it, but, you know, why do these people have to feel so insecure that they have to bring a gun with them to a protest and a march? Like, no one's going to kill you. No one's going to attack you. Or at least, you know, I would hope so. Like, no, like, you're the aggressive ones when you're trying to bring a gun to a fucking protest. Like, why are you doing that other than to defend yourself, which basically means they're going to shoot someone else on the other side just because they disagree with you? Like, and you're just hoping that you get someone to lash out at you so you can kill somebody. Like, that's all I can think of when these people do that. Like, you know, when I've been to protests and stuff, like, if people brought a weapon, because that has happened before, it's always been like a knife, and they've never touched it. It would just be, like, pocketed and, like, tucked away under their shirt. And for at least the counter-protesters, which would be, like, the alt-right type of folks, one of them had an SS dagger. Like a ceremonial SS dagger. Had a little swastika pin on the sheath of it or whatever, or the hilt of it and everything. But I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I'm a military collector myself. Like, I have East German memorabilia, so I mean, I can understand if you're a collector, but you're not bringing a Nazi ceremonial dagger to a protest unless you want to say, I'm a Nazi. So, I mean, come on. Like, you know, when you just see how they represent themselves, it's pretty easy to figure out who they really are. And, yeah, and unfortunately, we have a lot of, if not literal Nazis, at least Nazi-sympathetic folks walking around the country, and that is kind of scary. And we definitely shouldn't, like, say, oh, fuck off, you can't, you know, say whatever, you're banned from speaking or whatever. Like, if they really want to speak about their ideas, let them. Seriously. But for those who are, like, sympathizers, you still re-educate those folks. So you just gotta basically fix some of their ignorance or arrogance, whichever. You know, just make sure they're better informed about this whole debacle that happened in World War II, basically, with the rise of Nazism and then neo-Nazism, which is, like, after the war, and realize its dangers. And maybe they'll be swayed away from it. Who knows, you know? I mean, you just have to present your argument in a very good fashion, depending on who the person is. So, I mean, because I'm always down to debate people, you know? I'm always down to just have a discussion. You know, I mean, I don't care who wins or destroys on the other side. I just care that we had a discussion, because now I know some of my ideas at least were heard from you, and then I heard your ideas. So that's the main important thing on that. But we're gonna let him continue talking here really quick.
Yeah, there was a guy who fired at the counter protesters. That didn't become a big story, but it was amazing. Crazy that was allowed to happen.
I was literally 20 feet away from where I got fired that shot. I heard it. I didn't see it. It happened so quickly. I didn't see it myself, but I heard it. I actually have a video. I was taking camera shots, have dozens of shots that I took that day, and I actually think I caught that pop on the video.
So, you know, talking to you, sitting in that district, it feels, and this is strange because it was already brutal, terrible stuff, but it feels even more personal, because right where you are, they came in and chanted, "The Jews will not replace us." In one of the cases...
You know, that's another thing. It's like, Jews won't replace it, like... It's like, no one's fucking replacing you. Like, I'm the whitest motherfucker around. And I don't care if I'm replaced, you know, because of my whiteness. I don't view things in such a weird racy way myself. Like, and Jews aren't going to replace you. Jews aren't replacing you. Are there Jewish folks who are in, like, the elitist class who have ruled all this country with their corruption? Of course. But there's different types of folks who do that. And there's, like, I don't know who's, like, Christian or Jewish or whatever in, like, the elite upper classes, like the Koch brothers and, like, Soros or whatever the fuck. Like, I just know that there's definitely there's definitely Jews in that, but they're not, like, the main controllers or whatever. Like my main thing is the whole Zionism with Israel, but that's mainly with the whole Palestinian issue and their government specifically. Like, not the people. Like, the people of Israel I'm fine with. Like, you know, they just live there, you know? And they have a right to live there, but when it comes to, like, Jerusalem and the whole Palestinian-Israel conflict, there needs to be some debates on that. And my theory for that, at least, just to kind of get that quickly out there, is I think Jerusalem should probably be an international city. Not held by any specific state, but it's been authorized under the UN to kind of be its own city-state, essentially. Like, I think if Israel's claiming it and the Palestinians are claiming it, and they both say we have total control of the city, and they're not going to have any conclusion to this debate because they both claim it due to whatever reasons, mainly religious. It's like, all right, well, the international community should come along and say, all right, no one can have the city then. It's still going to be there. People can still go there, but no one's going to lay claim to it. Like, it's just going to be basically governed by the UN. Like, I think, and that would be hoping if the UN is a little better, because we got Saudi Arabia as a Human Rights Watch panel, whatever the fuck, the Human Rights panel. But you said a comment here earlier. Germany seems to share of Nazis and fascists and nationalists. Yeah, like, despite their laws against a lot of Nazism, there's still, like, a little bit of a sympathy towards that ideology. It's kind of taken... Man, I don't know what's going on with me right now. Fuck. But, it's not taken, like, under pure Nazism, but it's definitely evolved into something a little bit more sleazy with that particular ideology. So, I don't know too much on German politics, but it's definitely a big topic of the last few years. That's for sure.
Not only, of course, a woman was run over and killed, and that's obviously everybody knows that. And there's Nazis in Charlottesville marching and saying, "We will not replace us in blood and soil around a Jewish temple." It's just unreal. It's unreal.
It's you know, we fought these wars. And I
skip a little bit.
Because there's not a Republican representing it now, but that's the district Perriello represented for a while, right?
Absolutely. Tom Perriello won this district in 2008.
It seems like it's just mainly talking about some of the Charlottesville politics and all that, but yeah, I mean, this guy sounds like he would be a pretty dope guy. Like, I hope he does win over the Thomas Garrett. So, because we need more people like him for sure. Got one more video here. And this one's kind of fucked because it's on police brutality, because that still goes on in this country. So, and then after this, I'll end on a slightly better note. But this is a video of cop brutally kicking a suspect in the face, because that's solely...
After look at the video.
Ooh! Here, let me try to find the just article itself. That'll probably just be better. Cell phone video shows Miami police officer apparently kicking suspect during arrest. Okay. I would like to unmute that.
It makes us feel at home.
No! It lied. It was an advertisement for OregonForests.org. No. I don't need your advertisement. How did I get out of here? I can't. I have to just let you play. Oh, good. We're done.
Police chief now suspending an officer just hours after a video was made public, and we warn you.
Let me guess, it's a paid suspension leave, wasn't it?
It is difficult to watch. It shows a suspect handcuffed on the ground when the officer runs up.
Oh, shit, dude.
Tonight, the state attorney is now...
Yeah, well, here, I'm gonna show the video really quick. I mean, it wasn't... Compared to some of the... compared to a lot of police brutality, this really is just like cotton candy compared to what else that we've dealt with.
The
but
officer runs up,
yeah, there you go.
kicks him in the head. Tonight, the state
and then
attorney...
he headlocks that motherfucker. So, yeah, that's about as simple as it gets. But I don't know if it was a paid suspension. So let's find this out. It's been relieved of duty. Okay, so I think he's more fired. Is he suspended or fired? In the video taken by Miami resident on Thursday, the suspect holds his hands behind his back to lie face down on the grass. One officer then approaches him, and as he finished handcuffing him, another officer runs up and appears to kick him in the face. And we got a little bit of some still clips of all that. A woman who recorded the incident, who wishes to remain anonymous, yeah, you know, I get it, told ABC News that before the video began, the suspect was being chased by the officers and was looking to find a way to get out. Once he realized he couldn't escape, the suspect put his hands up, walked to meet with the other officers face to face, the witness said. The officers gave him instructions to get on his knees and lie down, and the suspect complied. Okay, so far the situation genuinely does not sound bad right now. But this one motherfucker just had to, you know, unleash some anger because he couldn't kill him or some shit. Couldn't shoot ya. You're already on the ground. Well, I can kick you in the head. Fuck it. Give you a little noggin. Give you a little noggin there. Once he realized... Oh, I already said that. After the man was handcuffed, the other police officer ran right at him and kicked him like a football. He kind of did there a little bit. And if you kick something like a football... I mean, if you're watching like football, whatever, you know how the footballs get kicked. They go fucking flying. So I mean, if you're trying to kick something like a football, imagine what a human head, you know, is gonna get like some damage from that. She couldn't tell whether the man was injured, but she says she saw spit fly out of the man's mouth when he apparently kicked, and saw some the same spit strewn across his face after the other officers bolstered him to his feet. The suspect, 31-year-old Miami resident David Vladim Suazos, interesting name, was arrested and charged with third-degree grand theft of a vehicle, so grand theft auto, fleeing and eluding a police officer, reckless driving, and damage to property or persons, habitual driving with suspended license, according to the arrest of Philadelphia. Yeah, so, I mean, that's just some crazy... That's just some stupid shit. Honestly, let me see here if the dude was fired or not. Really quick here. I just want to find that information out. Does it say anywhere? Statement was shocked and appalled by blah blah blah. No. Well, here's a tweet by the Miami PD. Today, the City of Miami Police Department received a video of an incident involving many officers. The video depicts a clear violation of policy. The officer has been relieved of duty. So, it sounds like the dude got fired. That's what it sounds like. So, alright, well, I mean, in a way, it sounds like some justice was done. Can't tell you how much, but it sounds like there has been. And, I mean, it's just ridiculous, though. I mean, we got so much police brutality going on. We can't seriously enforce more. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. There's so many other videos of freaking police brutality and crap. So, oh, my lord. But, yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, we can't seriously have police unions, like, push for regulations instead of protecting your boys in blue because they fucked up. You know, maybe you should, I mean, maybe police unions should, you know, really start looking at these bad apples and rooting them out of the system and getting mental evaluations, because obviously we can't trust certain people to be an officer, and make sure that people who are properly able to be doing this type of job do it, and then people who obviously are not fit for it don't get to that job. So, I mean, it just seems like basic regulation with all this shit, but yeah, whatever. But anyway, just have a final little note. If you want to watch anything with one of the people I like to listen to, Jimmy Dore, tonight he was on the Drunken Peasants podcast. So I'm going to give a lighter note just by mentioning that. It's about like a 3-hour podcast, but it's pretty awesome because Jimmy Dore just goes into a lot of his standard talking points about a lot what's going on with the media, the corporate media, the establishment, and everything, and just getting our boys woke here on the Drunken Peasants podcast. But yeah, if you just want to check him out, you can find him on at the Jimmy Dore Show. So if you want to find someone who's really good about just talking about these specific things about politics and commentary, I'd recommend them. But anyway, I don't really got anything else. Keeping the stream a little shorter tonight, just due to my condition, but I thought I'd at least go into some stories and stuff. So, I am also getting called anyway, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but anyway, I'm gonna grab some food and make sure I feel better and shit, because I don't like getting sick, but I'm feeling some sweats coming on right now, actually, so I might just take a shower too. Hopefully I can sweat some of the shit out, because I know that's pretty good, but oh no, it says I have a low battery too. Well, there's all sorts of warnings for me to just end this shit, so you will be getting the finger of death now. And I will be seeing you in the next one. Bam. Bam. Come on.